Hi, this is Jay Bucciarelli, and this is my board game Burned, a 2 to 5 player cooking game where the player that scores the most points over two 2-minute rounds wins, and it plays in about 5 minutes. So, to set up the game, there are these blue back cards called meal cards. You'll make piles equal to the number of players plus 2, so you set them on the game board, this octagon, and you place the black dice in the middle, and then you also draw 3 objective cards and display them. They have the black backing. And each player gets 3 sand timers, green, yellow, red, 10, 15, 20 seconds, and 6 colored dice. Now when the timer starts, because it's timed, you'll roll your dice, and you can re-roll them as fast as you want while setting aside dice, if ones you want to keep. Now say I rolled 5 ones. I could grab this card, because rolling the dice is preparing the dish. Has to overlap the board. You can think of it as a grill. And then you take the correct sand timer, put it on it to cook it. And you can get your dice back right away and start rolling again. Say I'm rolling, I roll 5 fours. I can grab it, overlap, and then start cooking it. Now, I can keep rolling, but when a sand timer runs out, that means that this dish is cooked. I can take the sand timer off and then flip this face down into my scoring pile. When it's face down, it's full points because you rolled the dice to prepare the dish, and then you put the right sand timer on it for the full time to cook it. So it'd be 16 points, so it'd be face down. Now say I'm busy rolling, and I don't notice that this sand timer's out. If another player notices it, they can tip this over, which would burn the dish, which means that this card would be put face up in my scoring pile, and it would be worth only 7 points, half points for burned dishes. And the player that burned me could grab a black dice from the middle and roll with it for the rest of the round. Now there's also something called undercooked dishes. Say that the 2-minute timer is about to run out and I barely rolled 3 2s and I grab this card, whether I've just grabbed it or it's still cooking, this would be undercooked, and it would be face up in my scoring pile. It would also be half points. Undercooked and burned dishes are half points. Now when the round ends, each player would add up their scoring piles. You would also add 6 points for every time you've burned a player. So blue burned me once, so he would get 6 extra points on top of his scoring pile, and he would put it back in the middle. If he burned 3 players throughout the course of the round, he would get 6 each, so this would be 18 points. Then you would add up who accomplished the objective cards. So whoever had the most dishes with 2s on them, that would be an example. Whoever has the most green cards, these 2 would be examples. And whoever has the most dishes with 4 dice on them, so 4 dice, 4 dice, 4 dice. And for ties, both players would get 6 points. Then, to set up for a new round, everyone would discard their scoring piles, and you would also discard the objective cards and show 3 new ones. And then you would play another round. And then the player with the highest score at the end of 2 rounds wins. And that's Burned.